Hey everybody, this is Jaden Hollis, a part of the Tree Service Rank Master team, bringing you a video today about how to market your business in 2024. So if I'm not mistaken, I think they said businesses are being started 19% more every year. But let's be very clear. You can go right now, no matter if you're in tree service, your regular contractor, home, you can go get you some cards at Staples and put those on doors, right? That's just a fact. You know, all Uncle Tony at Thanksgiving that's telling you that, oh, you don't need marketing, you don't need to do that. He's right. You can go put cards on doors, but remember this. Old Joe Schmo down at Home Depot can do the same thing, right? Old guy over here down here, they're doing the same thing. So, but the reason why you're watching this video is because you want to learn how to separate yourself from the competition, so where one day you can actually sell your business can actually grow, and you can actually maybe one day walk away, give it to your kids. You know, all the benefits that comes from being able to have a great great running business. But to have that, your business can't rely on just putting cards on doors and that's it. But if you're doing that, continue to do that. Even now, my clients, I still tell them to do that. So first things first, and the baseline, and I think that is very important. We're coming into a time now where technology is more accessible to a lot more people. And so and as you guys see, Instagram, the gurus. So it's really important how we separate ourselves. So first things first, I always like to say authority, right? And the reason I'm doing these videos, authority. When people see your face and people know you and people are seeing you, it is very important because they see you're a real person, right? You're actually committed to this. If they see you're committed to your business and you're actually taking your business serious, and the customer service, the way that your business looks, they're going to take you serious, right? So first things first, we always baseline, we start off with GMB optimization, and I advise that you do too, because everybody knows when you're going to get some food, when you're going to need a handyman, when you need a tree cut down, when you need the first thing you're going to do is going to go to Google, right? So GMB, if you don't know, that's Google My Business. That should be set up properly, right? That's the first thing, first and foremost, that should be set up, because of that look that will properly give you to the customers and actually help you out and help you get leads, and the authority that it brings. It's a no-brainer. It's organic. I'm an organic guy. I'm all about spending less money, the less that we can, right? So we want to do that. We want to make sure we have pictures, right? We want to consistently update. We want to consistently have reviews. Like, I have a system for my guys that I give to them, to my clients. It's a card that they give, a card that it gets, and they scan this QR code. And the QR code will bring them to a website that they will be able to send a message, send their review, and all they have to do is put send, and it goes straight to their GMB. They don't even have to worry about it. And it's very smart. It's, you know, a reason why, because it helps out with the ranking, and also it streamlines, makes it much faster. So you're not sitting there begging for a review. It's like, I know some of us are struggling to get those, and you know, it's hard to assess those to those people because they think, oh, I gotta log in and all that. But I don't want to take your time on that. But next, web development. A website needs to be developed. I don't know who told you didn't need one and who didn't told you that's not a good idea. And remember, you're at probably two different places from the people who are talking, right? You want to go one day to a company or to an investor or an angel buyer and want to be like, hey, I want to sell my company. And if you tell them, oh, I'm getting all my leads just from cards, they're going to look at you crazy and just be like, get out, right? A website is very important because of how it looks. Like I said, building back to that authoritative look. The leads there's definitely leads that comes from your website. And we all know that. You know, if somebody wants a little bit more information and the GMB is not enough, the first thing they're going to do is click on your website. So a website that converts, right? Very important. We have a contact form that's very easy to fill out and very fast for this. So the person barely has to even think about it. All they have to do is put their number, then their phone, and then their name, right, and their email. So, and that gives us the opportunity to retarget at those, if they don't convert those first times, and retarget to them and maybe give them a little bit more touch points that will guide them to more of a sale. So that's very important, right? Remember, we're thinking from a business scale, right? We're not thinking from just hey, I can do it for this, that's it, and walk away, right? So numbers matter, right? If you can't track it, then how can you fix it? You can't fix something you can't track. So this is very important. So we set up a tracking system on that also, so we can also tell our clients, hey, you know, we're doing a little bit, our we need to touch them a little bit more in our touch points. Maybe send a little bit more phone message out, maybe give a little bit more call, maybe let's call out and do another free estimate, right? So, and maybe, you know, just do a little bit more talk, and sometimes that holds their hand and guides them to a sale. So that's very important to think about it. So we also want that, we want it visually appealing, right? So we want also photos of our business on there. You want it, let it to be known that, hey, you know, we're caring, family owned business, we're great. You know, we're gonna come out and treat your stuff and treat your home and or anywhere we're at, just as if we would treat ours, right? So that's very important. Like I said, it's always building back to that authority. So next, that goes down to it. We want to go into PPC, right? So we got pay-per-click, there's pay-per-lead. There's two different ones. So pay-per-click, obviously, we all know it's if you on Google, when somebody searches, there's a verified Google ads up there where a pay-per-click, if somebody clicks on it and they call you, right, you pay for it. Or they just click on it, you have to pay for that in general, right? And then there's the things that a lot of people get caught up in, and I see a lot of them get thrown around in the loop, and it discourages them from marketing ever again, and it pisses me off. But they're doing, hey, that's their job. Angie and Thumbtack and things like that, I'm not against it, but when your whole business is keen on having to spend $500 and $1,000 a week and just to get some leads and maybe on some possible no's and maybes, like I said, that's not an actual marketing plan. It's not an actual touch point. That's just, all right, we're gonna pay for this, and who knows, this person might not even, they're just probably just to see, right? You go out there and then you go out there and look, and then they're like, okay, you know, it's not an actual plan on how are we going to capture those dollars and get those customers through the door. So yeah, you know, it sounds great. We just pay anytime you just lead, and we'll bring leads to you. But another thing you're not thinking about, and this is why I started what I started, because it was very important. I mean, I owned a contractor business, and this is what I'm telling you this from experience. It's very important, we know, to have exclusive leads, right? We don't want all our competitors to have this, like every single lead we have to go to them too, right? So it's very important. Think about it. If somebody was like, oh, you know what, this guy is killing, their website's great, you know, I'm hearing about them, I see their reviews, people keep talking about it, they did a great job, swift job, and they did a good price, you know what, I'm gonna go to them, right? That's called inbound, right? So we want a lot of inbound is the way to go. I'm an inbound guy, right? You can talk to some people, they're like, oh, let's do a lot of outbound. You know, out here, outbound, money out the pockets, okay? So I'm a big inbound guy, right? I'm a big, you know, take the investment to inbound so that when you do set that authority figure up, right? And we do outbound also, but when you set that inbound up and it attracts customers, you're not going to get them, they're coming to you, right? So yeah, and PPC and PPC is more of it's a outbound, and it's kind of the middle, you know. But most people still click on that and will still go to your website, still go to reviews. Nobody's just clicking on the ad and not going to check out, you know, how you look as a professional, right? Are you actually out there? Are you actually doing this? Are you just not some Joe Schmo out there? Okay, so that's very important, that we take that into account. Yeah, we definitely do pay-per-click because it brings results fast, right? So obviously, building authority, you can't build something tomorrow, you can't build Rome tomorrow, but you know, it needs to be done, because when you do have it, it's a killer. But yeah, pay-per-click definitely is a great thing. You need to get out there and do it. It's very important to do it, because 30%, if I'm not mistaken, 30%, or I think it was 25% of clicks go to pay-per-click, all right? 70% of the clicks go to GMB and under, right? So think about that. That's organic, right? So, and I'm not even mistaken, it may be 20% up, but I know for a fact it's 70% on an organic Google GMB research. You go do your research on this and fact check me if I'm wrong, but that's how important that is, to let you know why that should be optimized properly and set up with good touch points to get back to those customers. So next thing we got on the list that we definitely advise is, for me, it's a good one, reputation management. I'm a big guy on this one because things happen, right? You need to have a reputation management team in place because, like I said, things happen. You can't control everything that happens. You can't control that this may happen on the job. You may have systems and but as we all know, when it comes to a contracting business, stuff happens left and right. You never know, right? It's not something you can just generally plan on, and you can try. The things you do plan on, you may get. And then there's always probably that one problem that slips through the cracks. So we don't want old Karen lady down the street to come in and then slam your business and then ruin your reputation and drop people's rankings, right? You know, because obviously you're probably pretty heated on the job and you're probably this. So, you know, and then it's kind of a hard touch point to call back and be like, hey, do you mind removing your... So it's really big that we have a system in place to help, you know, weed out those bad reviews, those bad names, and really get those resolved. Even if we can't do it through personally, but we could definitely do it technically. So on our end. So that's something that's very important in how to look and how your business shows up, right? And how can we make you a dominant figure in your city, right? If you want to take over and be the top company in your city, top business in your city, you gotta be trustworthy. You gotta, like I said, time back to authority. So content marketing. What I'm doing right now is content marketing. Right? I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm honest dude. Yo, sometimes I get nervous to put some of these cameras on sometimes, and sometimes it's just annoying and tedious. But I know that you guys want to see my face and you want to see what I look like, so I'm gonna get my butt up, turn my camera on, and bring you guys some real info and real data and real things to help you guys out, even if we're not working together, because it means something, right? You give value to give value back. Sorry about that. And then, so it's the same for us. Right? And you guys definitely need to be doing your Facebook. You definitely need to be doing your Instagram. You definitely your Nextdoor app. You know, you pages. So you definitely want to fill those in. And people think, oh, why does it matter? Like I told you how you can definitely go get leads right now, going to Facebook and commenting on people's stuff. People reaching. You can definitely go and put some cards on the door. So, some people are going to go and look at that. Most people, or especially if you're talking to them on Facebook, they're going to click on their profile. So if they go and click on their profile and they just got, you know, such and such tree service, little logo on the thing, and then no pictures, no content, no nothing on there, then they're going to be like, oh, okay. But then you got old competitor down the street, right? Or a person that we get on the phone and they'll think, oh, I can do my own marketing. And then we got their competitor down the street. Now we're killing it on their content marketing. Now they're going to go to your stuff and they're going to see you have nothing there. They're going to go to us, our team over here, see our client has their buttload of stuff filled out. And they're like, I'm going to go with them. You know why? Authority. That is the theme for this year, and building out your authority figure in this year, right? That's what's going to elevate your business, right? That's what all this ties down to. So next we have audience and analytics. Sorry about that, I butchered that word. This is very important because, like I was saying earlier, you can't fix what you don't know, right? So you need data and you need numbers to track that, so you do know how to fix that. If you don't have that in place, you can't fix anything, right? That's just the truth. You know, you can just say, oh, it feels like I'm not. I don't like to feel nothing, right? Men lie, women lie, but numbers don't. So I'm a numbers guy. If anybody's bringing me something, if they want to tell me something, they tell me we need to change something, the first thing I'm going to say is, let me see the numbers, right? That's just me. That's how I operate, and I advise. And this is how I do my clients also. So when we bring them results and we have to fix things, it's not sitting here in a brainstorm battle saying, how can we fix this? We track. So a good system, a CRM system to track those clients, good data, making sure we keep putting all those clients' information down as much as possible. How much we made on this job? Where was this job at? What services are we getting most this month, right? Because it's important. That ties back down to SEO and SEO, and I'll get into that in a second, and ties that back down because, hey, maybe we're killing it on the tree cutting or a tree trimming this month. Maybe we need to ramp that up a little bit, right? That's where they're coming up. You know, ever heard of the 20%, the 20-80 rule? So that means 20% does 80% of the work. So, you know, and the 20%, most of your money from that 20% may be coming from tree trimming or, you know, a tree cutting, you know, or stump grind, whatever it is. So we don't want to really focus too much efforts on the 80% because they're not really producing that. It's the 20% that's producing 80%. So we want to be able to focus that. But how can you figure out that 20% if you don't have the numbers? So numbers and a serious system to track that is it's a necessity. So that's something we set up. Obviously for our clients, we set up EOS scorecard system so they could track everything down to a T. Right? So when they track that down to a T, they know where problems occur and where things are going wrong. And so should you, right? So if you want to hop on the Zoom with me and you want to potentially talk about partner or working with us, that's fine. But I also have down in the link a free ultimate marketing checklist that you can go download right now. It's ultimately free. All you have to do is give me your phone number, your email in there. I'll send it to you through there. And you'll be able to go implement what I'm telling you right now. And I want you to grade it from a green, yellow, red scale, each thing, right? And looking at this stuff, and you'll know, because if you really, and if you don't know, go look at a top competitor in an area. And if you really can't find one, you can ask me one, and I can send you some of my clients. And I guarantee you can grade yours to theirs, and you'll be like, oh, I'm in the red. So right, so we want to get those things to the red to the green. So yeah, you can go get that out for free. Also, if you want help on, if you want some scorecards, you know what, I'll give them out. And scorecards are where you could be able to track data and track things out. All we have to do is get on a Zoom together. I got to set that up, give you access. That's a little bit more complicated to set up, but I can help you out with that. You know, you can schedule a Zoom with me down there in the link. Same thing, just phone number, email, and we can schedule that out. So back to the video. And next thing we have is email marketing, right? So email marketing comes to me, once you see email marketing, let me tie in, I want to tie in two. All right, so we have email marketing and we have paid search. So paid search, that's pretty much the Angie, Thumbtack, all that. Those tie in together when you're a little bit more up there, right? When you have a little bit more money to churn over and burn to testings and see, what about this? What about this? When you're at, the $500,000 under range, $1 million under range, I would say kind of relax. That's not a necessity. You don't need it at that scale right now, because you can be killing it without it. Even if you didn't at a $4 million range, you can also be killing it. But email marketing is very also important when you get to that higher range, because of the scale of customers and scale of leads you'll be bringing in, right? So it's very important to be able to retarget those customers, right? That's another thing about retargeting. We're talking about retargeting is very important, and even at a lower level, you still do it if you have the money and you have the things to do it. And I'll tell you, right? I'm a very honest guy, because I don't like the responsibility of handling somebody's money and not bringing results. So I'm going to tell you, hey, that's probably not going to bring results like you think, but it'll bring results, but not probably like you think. Maybe that money can go a little bit somewhere else, right? So, but email marketing definitely is great because we want to retarget those lost customers, right? So we have a thing set up this is set up for all of us. This is the first thing, one of the first things we always set up: missed call, text back. You know how many of you guys don't answer your phone? And how many guys you guys miss business just like that? But it's not your guys' fault, because you may not have a system to set that up. So that's the first thing we set up, right? Because they say you lose 60% of business from just missed calls alone, right? And even when some people, and you know what's crazy? Some people still even have an assistant or a front desk lady or people, and they still miss the phone call. So but sometimes it gets overwhelming. So it's okay. It's not everybody's fault. But why would we sacrifice those and just dump those leads when we can have a system set up, missed call, text back, to be able to go grab those leads and engage the leads, even if we were busy or somewhere else, and still be able to put money in the pocket, right? So that's very important. Missed call, text back is one of the biggest things I say, no matter if you're just starting out, if you're at a much higher level. You're under the $500 range, $500,000 range, over the $500,000 range, over the $1 million, $2 million. Missed call text back is very important because we don't want those people to feel neglect. We don't want them to be like, oh, nobody answered, on to the next, right? So we want to make sure we have that set up, okay? So let's go back to SEO. That's tied in with web design. SEO is like, it's the base of it, right? That ties into web design. It's kind of, you know, it's technical. It's very technical. It's what I actually studied first. And it's very technical. Yes, some people get away with basic SEO, but the thing about it is when a guy like me comes in and then I have a team and I'm with your competitor, you're gonna get killed. So that's the truth of the matter is, right? People say SEO is not that technical, but that's just because they haven't run into somebody who actually does it. So that's the issue. And they're not really dominating their city like there is, because, and on top of that, this is how you can tell who a true business is, and this is how you become a true business person, businesswoman, businessman, whoever's watching. You want to fire yourself in anything you do, right? If you're the one trimming down trees and cutting down trees at first, right? What's the first position you think you want to try to fire yourself in? That, right? Because then that frees up more time for you to do what? Answer the calls, right? So now you got a crew out there that's cutting down trees because you fired yourself in that position. Now you're answering calls. Now you got a little bit more money in the door. What do you think you're going to do next? Fire yourself in that position too. Now you have a lady that can focus on HR, can focus on paying, who can focus on answering calls. Now that you got a little bit more money in, and it's time to, or just at no matter what stage you're at. These are not in order. I'm just saying. But you're in charge of the lead status, and you can tell, okay, I'm doing all right, but you know, I want to elevate it. I want to do good, but it's time to fire myself, right? No matter how prideful we are, I gotta go. I gotta let me go. So fire yourself in that too. Now you fired yourself out of the marketing. Now you go hire the marketing team, right? You fired yourself in and handling the money and things. Now you got your account. So it's the same thing you want to do in marketing, business. You want to fire yourself in all positions. Please don't allow the ignorance of pridefulness to be like, hey, I can do that. I can do. Yeah, but why would you? Right? When you can give your more time somewhere else where it's needed, and you're not an expert in it, so why give it to the experts and go do something where you're expert in, so that can elevate your business. That's a lot of things that, and I'm going to be honest with you, especially 2024. I'm sorry, some people will, and some people like to sell you. I'm going to tell you the truth. A lot of us hold ourselves back because this business is our baby. We got to get it out your hands and go put it in professionals, right? If you want to be a good business person, a good businessman, good businesswoman, and you're trying to grow your business, it's not about you built it by yourself, right? It's about creating a team. And we all know that. Most of you guys know that you're great, and I'm pretty sure everybody knows that. But it's all about creating a team. We know it, but we just got to do it, right? We got to do it. It comes with sacrifice. And that means, yes, handing off some parts of your baby to other people, right? And that are experts. So, we have another, so social media marketing, as we know, I'm like I said, I'm an organic guy, but it works. If it works for you, we're gonna do it. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But it's important to me so that we all have all channels of it. And social media marketing is great, especially you got things like Facebook and retargeting those people. Like I said, those are very important. Retargeting is a killer. That brings a lot of money. I don't think you guys understand. So when we're retargeting these past customers and we're popping up on their Facebook, and we're creating a thing called the omnipresence, right? So when we create that omnipresence and we pop up in those people and we're steady on their staring in the face, and they're looking at that tree and they're like, let me get it done. I've been seeing these guys. It makes you look bigger than what you are. Social media has now allowed you to look bigger than what you are. So that's how we want to do it. We want to make sure we tackle all our future customers at all angles, right? And we want to make sure we are staying in their faces, and we're using this social media, we're using these platforms to our advantage and our disadvantage of not using them, right? So we want to, social media marketing is great at retargeting. It ties into that. It ties into helping us go close that sale. Remember, it's all about, right, the back end. right? We're not focused on the front end. We all know the money will come on the back end. I don't know if you guys heard that term, but we want to focus on that too. So I know I took a lot of you guys' time. I don't want to take too much more. Sorry about that, guys. My camera died, but I was saying didn't want to take too much of your time. If you enjoyed this video, I hope it helps you out. I hope you take this knowledge and be able to implement it in your own business. And if you want to schedule a meeting with me, I advise that you do. And we don't even have to talk business. If you just want to talk and you want to share some knowledge, pick some things, we can hop on a meeting right there. The link will be down there. Also will be the free ultimate marketing checklist will be down there too for anybody that wants to use it. I advise that you do. It's free. Like I said, it's free for you to use. Also, I'm gonna have my website down there for any information, anything I went over this video, anything that you need to learn or want to know. Use that. I set my website also if somebody wants to come on there, learn some stuff and learn how to elevate their business, they can. So that will be a link in the bio at treeservicerankmaster.com. I thank you guys for your time. I'm hoping to talk to you soon. And I will thank you guys for listening to my long video. Thank you. Goodbye.